right, ladies and gentlemen, we got the second sneak peek for the mid-month, and it is the seasonal uniforms. This was one of our two pieces of speculation regarding who else was coming with Shala Ball. This one makes a little bit more sense because this one makes the most sense because of, it includes stuff that was data mined, and it also, gets through more of the stuff that we knew had to show up. Now, this is pretty early for the seasonals that usually land in August. They're landing in July. But this will also be your only chance during this event next week where you can pick up old summer seasonals like Luna, Mysterio, etc. But in saying that, I'm now realizing that they were selling the seasonal tokens, although they were more expensive. They were selling the seasonal tokens during the anniversary this year. So that may become a reoccurring thing at maybe a Black Friday this year or anniversary next year. So you'll probably have another chance even if you don't. Not trying to promote FOMO, just sort of saying. Anyways, suit up because it's officially summertime in Marvel Future Fight. And the teaser over on the forum says that two superheroes are ready to beat the heat with their cool new summer looks this year. The Queen beneath the Groot palms. Check out the new look and abilities of these two superheroes. One is sporting a stylish swimsuit while the other has transformed into a palm tree. We will provide more information through the patch details. So no other information, no other sneak peeks or anything like that. It's just this Shala Ball and then the two uniforms. And because they're getting new abilities, this should be, traditionally this has meant tier 4. Now, I went through the sneak peek here. It's a pretty good sneak peek. It's actually a really, really good sneak peek. I'll get to that in a second, but I didn't see any tier 4. I didn't see any tier 4 clues. As I'm saying, I didn't see any tier 4 clues. I'm looking for more tier 4 clues, but I'm not seeing any. It's a pretty cool, it's pretty cool looks for both of them, I would say. I have heard some mixed reactions, but as far as sneak peeks go, this is the best sneak peek we've had in a long time, I feel like. So many slideshow sneak peeks, so many updates that just don't get sneak peeks anymore. That get like one sneak peek where it's just all the characters standing in the middle of New York, and that's it. This really feels like the sneak peeks of olden days. And if I had to choose one thing to come back, obviously it would be like good character reworks. It wouldn't be sneak peeks. But I have to say, seeing the old sneak peek formula coming back, if it's coming back permanently, it does give me hope that maybe, better devs are working on the game again, or I don't know. Do you know what I mean? That maybe more effort is going to be put all around. Maybe not. I could be totally delusional. I like to be optimistic with certain things, but that's just my take there. You can, feel free to disagree with me. Now, as far as their looks individually, I've heard a lot of people throw hate at Emma Frost's hat. Groot looks really funny, I have to admit. Yeah, sure, like the polygons, the textures on the sneak peek for stuff like the chair and Groot's feet, they don't look very high res. None of this stuff ever looks high res or 2025 graphics when you take it out of the, the in-game engine and you drag it into Blender, right? Which is just another like 3D modeling program. So that's why it looks really square. That's why it looks like you can like see the polygons like a PS2 game. The lighting is just not very good. The lighting in MFF is a lot better, and it basically just smooths out a lot of the polygons, and it hides a lot of the imperfections, and things look really rounded and smooth and human. So yeah, I've always said that, MFF models. You can see MFF models, for example, when they take them out of MFF and they put them into games like GTA, they look really boxy. And they don't look very good necessarily, but in the game, they look amazing. Like in MFF, they look amazing, and it's just like an in-engine thing. So yeah, there's Emma Frost. A lot of people were also saying that her look is very similar to this, and you're not wrong. You're not wrong. She has the thing on her elbows, the cape thing going on. She's got the white dress. She's got the kind of like forearm thing going on. And then she has a different kind of hat. Now, this is not Hellfire Gala Emma for sure. And it's probably, maybe it's a little bit too similar to these two looks for sure. But if you take a look at her in Rivals, a little jump scare here, it's always kind of this is always kind of her thing, right? She has basically two main looks. She has the cape on her elbows or the cape from her waist. And they went with the elbow capes in Marvel Future Fight for the most part. This one is kind of like a hybrid. It's a little bit different, but yeah. Marvel Future Fight does the elbow capes. Rivals does the hip capes. You guys all know why that is, but it's not too much different. It's really not too much different. And the one that we're getting now is just, you know, it's got some gold accents, whatever. And then it's got the like summer hat. It's pretty basic, I'm not gonna lie. Groot, on the other hand, does look very new for sure. This is a whole new look for him based on what we have so far, and he's finally going back to adult-sized Groot, which is something I'm also happy for. This was cute once. This was hideous, and I hated it personally. Like, this is just, you know, no one likes teenagers anyways. They're so grumpy and moody. This was cute, but it was a cash grab, and it was like, okay, yeah, we already saw this. And then this was just like weird. He looks roided out, but like young still. I don't know. Listen, me personally, I really liked Groot when he was a huge tree, when he's just like a giga oak. So I'm excited for him to get back to his roots. That joke's free, by the way. No, sorry. And yeah, I think he looks sick. Obviously, he looks like super summertime. And you know, we'll have to wait and see. He's even got like the puka necklace or whatever. It's not necklace, the puka bracelet or whatever it is. So yeah, this is pretty nice. Some people are hoping to see the rubber ducky in one of his skills. I think that could be like the new asset. You know, we see a lot of helicopters, trucks, taxis, tanks. I think the rubber ducky needs to start being a reused asset in Marvel Future Fight. As far as like the comparison to Rivals, there's no you know, borrowing of design stylistic stuff whatsoever. He's always looked like a gigantic tree in Rivals. They've never changed that, and it's quite different. This looks a lot more, the Rivals design looks a lot more similar to what he looks like in Marvel Contest of Champions, what they make King Groot look like as well. It looks like a hybrid between Groot and King Groot. And Marvel Future Fight has never really had that. So honestly, it's not close. But we should be getting the patch notes tonight, approximately like 15 hours after this video drops. And then we'll see what is in store for Emma Frost, Groot, and Shala Ball. For Shala Ball, I'm not hoping for tier 4. And I said as much in the Ebony Maw video yesterday. I don't think they're going to do tier 4. If they do tier 4 for Shala Ball, it'll be triple tier 4. It should be, presuming they're doing tier 4 for both Groot and Emma. Like, for sure, they have to do tier 4 for at least one of them. It would be ridiculous not to. So the chances of both is actually pretty high. And I guess, I don't know. I guess this Summer Queen thing is something else. Because if these tokens are ordered in the event, right, then that means that this is going to be the token for getting Emma Frost's uniform and getting the old seasonals, which means I don't know what this is, which is weird because this is, I don't know. Maybe they're going to have both tokens at the same time, and maybe they're going to do like a long, we never really thought of that. I guess it is kind of clunky, but I guess it's possible that they release both tokens at the same time, and this one is for Emma's uniform, and then this one is just for like summer sales. And it lines up with the web shop that they kind of foreshadowed here with the summer 2025 tab. I don't know, but maybe it's going to be like the anniversary, like Black Friday, where you get summer tokens when you buy things, and it's not for the seasonal uniforms. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But overall, we do have some pretty good chances at a new, I don't want to say PvP meta. I basically stopped throwing that word around, meta, because this year has been terrible for meta characters. It's been the worst year since like 2020, which it's funny. We're actually, in terms of the quality of updates, we might be following the 2020 formula really closely. I remember in 2020, we didn't get a good meta character until like July or August. I think it was Silver Surfer Black when he got his black uniform, this one. So if that is the case, then we're in for a really good second half, because the second half of 2020 was really, really good. But we'll have to wait and see, of course. It's possible that it's not going to be good. But both Emma and Groot are positioned as potential PvP threats. Emma with the reflect, of course, that you get from her artifact, and the iframe ignore on her third skill, which is quite nice. And then Groot with his basically with just his revive. He was sort of retooled into a kind of shitty Guardians of the Galaxy support character. Hopefully they abandon that, because the rest of the Guardians have no business in PvP. So if they stick to his Guardians PvP support, he will essentially be useless. He'll be a useless tier 4 more or less. So here's hoping that they don't do that. But we'll have to wait and see. And yeah, that's about it for the mid-month update. Not that anybody asked, and it has nothing to do with this video, but I did watch Fantastic Four First Steps yesterday, and clearly I'm in the minority here, but I really did not like it. And I know it's just my opinion. A lot of people on Twitter are telling me that I'm an idiot and that I should shut up, and that's cool. Great to see people have healthy reactions to a movie, some random person on the internet, because I'm nobody, not liking their movie, you know? So that's cool. But yeah, I guess it's just to say, if you've only heard good things about the movie, I guess now you've heard a not good thing about it, or you've heard someone say a not good thing about it. But more importantly, if you didn't like the movie, you're not alone. I didn't like it. Two of my mods liked it. One of my mods didn't like it. So basically, the new meta mods are split 50-50 on whether First Steps was a good movie or not. But I have to say, for me personally, not liking the movie made it a lot easier to accept this update, for like the Fantastic Four update, for what it is, because now I have no desire to play with them. And I think that's really freeing mentally, at least for me, because if I had gone into the movie, if I had come out of the movie and I was like, man, that was so good, then I would want to play with them in Marvel Future Fight, but then they're not very good in Marvel Future Fight. So then I'd be like, oh man, this kind of sucks. But now I'm like, oh, they suck in game, and I think the movie sucked. Oh, sick. So like at least you know, there's a continuity there where it makes sense. But that's just for me personally. For all you guys that like the movie, yeah, it is what it is. Anyways, hit me up in the comments down below. Let me know what you think of the sneak peek. Thank you so much for watching the video. Smash the like button if you enjoyed the content, and I'll see you in the patch notes. Take care.